A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to play the beta version of Bleeding Edge. And despite the name Bleeding Edge, there was not as much bleeding as I thought there would be, and I'm totally okay with that. So I just wanted to share my thoughts with you on my experience playing the game. This is a 4v4 multiplayer online fighting game, and in many respects it's much like Overwatch. Ninja Theory is the game developer, and just when you thought that there would not be anything to do at the end of March, they announced a release date of March 24th. The setting of the game is futuristic, and these band of misfits start an underground fighting network, and there are about 12 different fighters, each one with different abilities. So with that said, we'll jump right into the tutorial. Right off the bat, the graphics look great. I like the coloring, I like the detail, the shadowing. As you progress through the tutorial, you learn the button layout. Just like you see in Overwatch, these characters have your basic fighting moves. They have special moves and super moves. The more advanced moves have a cooldown so that you can only use those periodically. There is an option to evade during battle, which will allow you to get out of combo moves, combo attacks, and also get up quickly if you're knocked over. Most of the maps seem to be pretty big, so there's an option for a hoverboard to get from point A to point B fairly quick. I don't believe you're able to attack while on a hoverboard. As you continue through the tutorial, you will slowly be introduced to some other characters in the game, and just like on Overwatch, these characters fall into different categories. There are healing characters, there are damage characters, and there are tank characters which take all the damage. Objective control is one of the game options when playing online. It's much like King of the Hill. You basically take and keep control of that area in 3 different spots on the map. The group that racks up enough points by controlling those 3 locations throughout the game wins. Another gameplay option is power cell control. The team that collects the most power cells and delivers the most power cells will win. One way to collect power cells is by defeating the opposing team members. Any power cells that they have collected will fall to the ground and are fair game to pick up. Another way to collect power cells is by destroying canisters. These canisters will contain a power cell. The fun doesn't end there, folks. Any power cells that you've collected need to be delivered before you can earn any points for your team. The opposing team can interrupt you delivering your power cells, so either do it when they're not looking, do it quickly, or fight them to keep them away while you're delivering your power cells. It's probably best to deliver the power cells as a team, that way the other team can't stop the process. There's also an advanced training session which basically teaches you how to use your weapons, maneuver around the map, and fight enemies. At this point in the game, I'm familiar with the controls, I'm happy with the button layout, and I haven't come across any awkward camera angles or glitches. And with that said, I think it's time to check out some online gameplay. Well, here we are getting ready for a match, and I think I'm going to select this bruiser here. She's got a pink bunny face belt buckle and a leather jacket that does not quite fit. More importantly, she has saw blades for hands. Now, most of the attacks these characters do are melee attacks. She does have a couple special moves. You can steal health and do more damage with those saw blades. She also has a burnout that you can do and knock your opponents over. Anyway, she does get around pretty quick. She's pretty easy to use, so let's see how it goes. You may notice that these maps are absolutely gigantic, and there's a lot of wasted space in the maps. Also, if you get away from your team, it's kind of hard to find them sometimes. You have to look for their little silhouette. So using a team that uses microphones would be beneficial. And I realize this is an unpolished beta version, so maybe it's going to change a little bit. Maybe this isn't even a map that they're going to use. Maybe they altered a little bit. I don't know, but all the other maps are fairly large too. Ideally, and this is just my opinion, you want a large map, large enough to run away from the enemy, but you want it to draw you to, and draw everyone to a focus point, the point where you're going to do battle. Not large open, desolate areas where there's nothing going on. Now, I'm not a Fortnite player, but they do an excellent job of keeping everyone engaged in a fight with the ever-shrinking battlefield until a winner is declared, forcing the players to fight each other. But maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way. Perhaps there's someone out there that enjoys exploring the great expanse of a map while their teammates are trying to capture multiple points. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. I do like the variety of characters they give you to be able to play in the beta version. And here's the healer. Now, you'd think he'd be able to get away pretty easy from these people because he's in a little hovercraft and you've got a little burst of speed every once in a while. But man, they can really keep up with you. They can just beat the daylights out of you, and there's very little to defend yourself. Now, this is the character that has the snake wrapped around him. I believe his name is Kulev, and he has a mind control special move. Throughout the map, there are locations to replenish your health, but there is a cooldown. It seemed like every time I came across one, there was still 15-20 seconds cooldown on it. And by the way, don't get caught by yourself looking for these. We did manage to win this fight, and at the end of each fight, you do get bonus points that you can spend to upgrade your characters. By this point, I've got a couple hours playtime under my belt, including the different tutorial sessions I went through and the different areas that were unlocked that I could access. And I have to say, I feel like a button masher. That's basically what I'm doing right now, is just pressing any button and using any special move that doesn't have a cooldown on it. Now that we've looked at some of the battles with different characters, there's an option to go to the workshop and go to the mods where you can upgrade mods to increase and enhance your character. That is available for each character on here. In the workshop, you can also purchase different emotes for your players, and those points come from battles that you win, or I don't know if you get any when you lose, but when you win battles you get these points and you can spend them on emotes if that's your thing. Just going through the different characters and checking out their different emotes can be entertaining and quite funny. Check out this character, she's quite a hoot. You can also go in and upgrade your board. You can have your board do different things like shoot fire, sparkles, or whatever out the back. I feel like that's really getting into the weeds when it comes to playing this game. But you can start to spend some serious points on all these upgrades. It's kind of crazy. Overall, I would just say this game was okay. I think they did a good job on developing these characters. Overall, the picture quality, the graphics, they look great. The controls of the game are easy and intuitive. But as I play on these big maps, every time you die it takes so long to get back to where you're fighting. I felt like the tutorials at the beginning were very helpful, made it very easy to understand how to play the game. Some parts of the game were not available, and it's going to be exciting to see what that's like come March 24th when it comes out. As for the mods and the boards and the emotes and all the upgrades and stuff and the skins aren't available yet, but I'm no doubt they'll have tons of skins. And rather than all that work go into creating skins and mods, yeah, they're cool. It's cool to have a couple different ones, maybe some special ones that are harder to get, but put that effort into developing new boards, new characters. I think that would be a lot more entertaining for the game. Anyway, that's my take on the game. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.